Hello everyone, today I am going to tell you about a very important rule which I have read in the text of Hora Shatak, and this rule has been researched on the basis of the classic rules, and this rule has been researched by none other than Shri J.N. Bhasin ji, and he applied it on various charts and it seemed to be working. So after reading and understanding the rule, I also applied it in some charts and it gave me very accurate results. So I thought of making a video so that I can share with you the concepts of this rule, and you can in turn apply it on your charts and on the charts of the people whom you know and see how well it is working. So before beginning the video, I want to request you all to please press the like icon, just in case you think the video is worthy enough for you and you have followed the video, and this gives me lots of motivation and encouragement. And also share it with your friends whom you want to understand this rule. So now let's start. So first of all, you have to write down all the malefic planets in your chart. So we all know that Mars, Saturn, Rahu and Ketu are considered as malefic planets. Here you will also take Sun in the category of malefic planets, and you have to take the moon which is waning. So waning moon also becomes a malefic moon. Then you have to consider Mercury also as a malefic if it is conjuncted with a malefic planet in somebody's chart. In that case, Mercury will also behave like that malefic planet and its aspect would be considered as a malefic aspect. Now applying this rule, so first of all, the rule says that if a malefic planet is aspecting its own sign in a given chart, then that house where that sign is falling, that house will definitely prosper in regards to money matters, in regards to material prosperity, but that house will suffer in terms of the living being that is associated to that native. So this example, this concept, I will explain this to you with the help of couple of examples so that you are able to understand this thoroughly. So we will take the chart of a Libra ascendant. Here we see that Sun is present in the Aquarius sign, and from here Sun is aspecting its own sign of Leo. As per our studies, we all know that when a malefic or a benefic is aspecting its sign, that house will prosper where that sign is falling. But in actual sense, this is not the case. This aspect of Sun on the 11th house will destroy the elder siblings. So it will harm the elder siblings' longevity. But because Sun is aspecting its own sign, so this person will gain in terms of gains, in terms of income, and in terms of material prosperity. The person will have lots of gains. But where the elder sibling is concerned, this aspect will destroy the elder sibling. Now before giving you another example, I want to request you that whenever you apply any rule about which I have told you, please see that the rule may not work sometimes because of some other combinations also, because of some other aspects also. Like in this case, suppose a benefic planet like Jupiter or Venus is simultaneously aspecting this house. In that case, they will safeguard the elder sibling. They will not let the elder sibling get destroyed. So you have to see if there is a benefic planet aspecting that house, it will give lots of safety. So whenever you are applying any rule, please watch out for the reasons why some rules are not working and why some rules are working. These little things you have to consider it yourself only. Now let's take another example. So in this example, this is the ascendant of Sagittarius, and here Saturn is present in the 6th house. So we all know that Saturn is a malefic planet. So from here it is giving the 10th aspect on its Aquarius sign to the 3rd house. So as per this aspect, the person should have gained in terms of the 3rd house. From the 3rd house comes your younger siblings and your short distance travels and your communication. So this native is having very good communication, and this native has undertaken lots of short distance travels in his life. But the problem is that this native lost her brother because of the aspect of Saturn on the third house. So that way it harmed. So as I told you, a malefic aspect on a given house to its own sign will destroy the living beings which are coming from that house. Now let's go to example number 3. So we'll come to this chart only. Here Mars is present in the Lagna. From the Lagna, Mars is aspecting the 7th house to its own sign of Aries. So as per this aspect, the 7th house should have prospered, but it is not the case. It will harm the spouse, whether it's wife or husband. It will harm that living being from this house. But this native will gain in terms of business partnerships, or in terms of doing his own business. This person will gain in those terms. But when it comes to his spouse, on that regards, the person will have lots of bad luck. Now as per the 4th example, Saturn is sitting in the 10th house. From the 10th house, Saturn is aspecting the 4th house, where its own sign of Capricorn is falling. Now Saturn is giving its aspect to the Capricorn sign in the 4th house. So the mother comes from the 4th house. It's going to get harmed due to this aspect, but the person will gain in terms of land, in terms of abundance coming through comforts. So the person will have lots of comforts in his life, but where it deals with the mother related prospects would be harmed due to this aspect. So friends, this was all about the rule. I would request you to apply this in various charts and tell me about the results, how it is working in your charts. And I want to thank you all for listening, and I'll see you very soon with a new video. So bye until then.